Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Demon's Souls playthrough. Last video, we beat the Tower Knight, although it's unfortunate attack patterns and RNG that I got, we still managed to beat him, and we are now back at the Nexus and ready to head on to the next area. If you don't remember, last video when we beat the Tower Knight, we couldn't go any further than where we were because we do not have the soul of an Archdemon. Now, today we're going to be going through the mines. The mines is not a very hard area, but there's a point in the mines where you could continue to go forwards. For example, if you look up the guide on Fextra Life or on... Actually, yeah, I think on Fextra Life is where I found it. They'll tell you to go through areas 1 and 2. I don't think that's a very good idea because the Flame Lurker, I believe it's called, the second boss in Area 2, is not a very forgiving one. It's not a very easy one either. I recommend just doing the first area boss and then moving on. So that is what I'm going to do. If you guys want to follow along with me as you're playing and kind of like watch the videos of the areas that I complete as you're doing them as well, I'm doing this in full intentions of helping people who have not played the game yet figure it out, because it is not a typical Dark Souls game. It is quite different, in fact. So with that being said, I'm going to continue on to the next area. We already leveled up and everything seems to be in working order, so here we're going to the Stone Fang Tunnel. Now there is a little bug here. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to get it or not. Okay. Don't be surprised if your weapons do a little bit less damage to the enemies here. They're built to be a little more tanky.
Souls.
That is absolutely right. We don't have the shortcut unlocked yet, so I can't actually upgrade my weapon with Blacksmith Ed yet. Which, we will learn more about. I'm actually gonna quickly swap the, filter I have on here. For no filters, because Vivid made this area look a little bit too bright. I like Vivid, I like the brighter colors, so when we go to the other areas, I might switch it back. It's kind of nice. It doesn't do anything performance-wise, just makes the game look a little bit different. Brighter, in my opinion. Now these guys, they can take a punch, so don't be surprised if your weapons do less damage to these guys. But also in the same aspect, they don't do a lot of damage. Now the guys with the pickaxes, they might do a little bit more damage because they actually have a weapon. I'm going to avoid these guys for right now. Actually, you know what? Nah. We'll go for them. They give us upgrade materials sometimes, so might as well. I wonder if fire would be anything useful against them. It's not so bad. Well, if you get out of the doorway, I might be able to beat you. My goodness. Those guys are, in fact, the worst guys of this area, so if you can deal with them, you're pretty much golden. Okay, whatever, dude. Thanks, pal. Four crescent moongrass, not bad. A pickaxe, terrible, because I don't think we can actually use the pickaxe except for as a weapon, which is bad. I dodged, excuse me. I'm pressing the dodge button. What is that? Pow! Thank you. And now we can open this. I seem to have lost connection, so we're just gonna go back in. I was online for a short period just so I could download something, but now that we are not online anymore, I guess we're not gonna get invaded. That's some good news, always. We got a sharpening stone. This guy with the bag. Anybody who has a bag will give you upgrade materials. I think I'm gonna pass on the rest of them for now. Now we can just run through this area because I've already killed everything. When you're going across this bridge, make sure you stay to the left side because that one plank will stay up, but the other one will fall. Now it's okay if you fall because you can just run back up, but it's better to get it the first time and remember it so you can just kind of do it without having to retrace your steps a million times. Now this area you want to be careful of those guys over there because they unfortunately do a lot of damage. You can, though, shoot them down with a bow, and they become not so difficult to deal with. I am going to open the shortcut before I do anything else here because that should, if you know what the shortcut is, that should always be your priority. And this is Blacksmith Ed.
I haven't seen you around these parts. What does it matter? You need a blacksmith? Show me your steel. If not, head straight for the door.
I need 2 more hardstone shards. I think I can do that.
All done.
I think I can upgrade my weapon one more time. The guy at the shop up top, I think I think he sells some more of those hardstone shards. Yes, he does. I can only afford 1, but I have more souls, so we can fix that. Good enough for now. It's not worth it to go for crushing yet, I don't think. We will wait. We'll wait in order to upgrade our weapon again. What am I doing? I can just go back up. Now we're doing significantly more damage than we were doing. Now, if you're having trouble deciding on what kind of a build to do, like strength, dexterity, intelligence, you know, whatever, do whatever you want to do. Don't let people tell you that, oh, Dex is annoying. Dex is, you know, oh, don't use Dex. Don't be one of those idiots. No, don't worry about those people. They're just PvP sweat lords who all they care about is getting that like couple, that really nice strength kill, and that dexterity is too OP. Blah blah blah. They complain a lot. They're little babies. Don't worry about them. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to, do dexterity. If you want to, do intelligence. If you want, even if you want to, don't use a weapon at all. Only use casting. Like, do full intelligence. Only do casting. And yes, it is viable, because I have done it. One of my very first builds in Dark Souls 3 was a miracle build, because I wanted to try it out, and it was amazing. I loved every second of it. Also, speaking of which, I am running a strength build. If you would like to follow like the same weapons I'm using and everything else, then by all means go for it. I know I struggle a lot with what kind of a build that I want to run. It's always been a dilemma for me. Oh my goodness. That scared me. That actually scared me. Ooh. Forgot about these guys. Be very careful right there. You can try to fight them, but two of the guys throw rocks, and the rocks hurt a lot. So if you do try to fight them, be very careful. I've died countless times in that one area right there. All right. Also, if you're having trouble with the camera in this game, I very much recommend turning off motion blur. Motion blur it gives me a headache, and I can't deal with it. It's too much for me. But I also know that this camera is farther out, like more zoomed out than a lot of the other games. If that really is a problem, you can't do a whole lot about it, but turning off motion blur really does help. It kind of makes it less of a problem. Now, I think I almost have a clear shot of just showing you what the next boss is like. I'm going the wrong way. The next boss is kind of like the Tower Knight. It's kind of got a gimmick to it almost, like there's a rhythm to it. Feel free to grab all of the items here. There is nothing dangerous here. You can freely grab these items. Actually, that's not true. There is one enemy over here. Oh, there's not? Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, we're gonna be able to get real close to the next boss. I'm just gonna run past this guy. I don't want to deal with him, so... Watch out above you here. Two guys are gonna be, or a guy is gonna be throwing a rock like that. Sometimes you'll get hit regardless of what you do, so, I mean, don't feel too bad, but... It's just one of those things where you just want to be a little bit careful. Because if you're not good at these types of games starting out, a lot of deaths, a lot of stupid damage can very much put you in a bad mood and make you want to stop playing for a while. Which is completely fair. I've had my fair share of Dark Souls raging moments. But I've gotten a lot better at being able to tolerate the rage. Just, be careful, you know? The thing I say on every video, be careful, take your time. So this is the armored spider boss. I will show you how to beat this boss. It's not very hard. There's a couple of ways you can deal with their attacks, but I'll show you my optimal way of dealing with it. First of all, you want to avoid the little, like, that thing. You kind of want to avoid that, but I got hit by it, so we're all right. Okay. So, when he puts his claws together, you can just dodge into it. When he does the slam, stay directly in the middle of it and back up a tiny bit. When he starts putting down liquid like that, run to the entrance of the room. Because he's gonna light the whole thing on fire. This is also gonna be your chance to get a good heal off. It's safer to bait out an attack before you do anything. Really easy, boss. I'd argue that it's easier than the Tower Knight. Even though you do it afterwards. Again, this is your chance to get a heal off. It's not that hard. Just wait your turn. And it's dead. Just like that, the armored spider is down. Now, there's a couple things I'm going to say about the boss souls that you get. In the previous Souls game, let's say just for example, Dark Souls 3, you can take the boss souls and bring them to a guy and you can get boss weapons out of it. Now in this game, I don't believe there are actually any boss weapons, so to speak, but some of the souls can be brought to the blacksmiths so that you can get special infusions on your weapons. So I wouldn't get rid of, or I wouldn't use any of the boss souls unless you know for sure that it's not used for a special kind of infusion that you may or may not want to use or take advantage of. With that being said, kind of another shorter video today. Pure spider stone, okay. But it's Smithing Grounds is kind of really not a really hard area to deal with. It's one of the easier areas to deal with. Now, the Fextra Life guide on Google will tell you to keep going and to fight the next area boss. I don't think you should be doing that. I think that you should go to the next Archstone and do the first area of that one. Basically, how it goes here, I'll show you kind of. We'll go back to the Nexus. I think the only exception is gonna be the first area. If I'm not mistaken, but you'll do 1-1 here. Or if I say like 1-1, this is like the first Archstone. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But so 1-1 would be like the Gates of Boletaria. 1-2 would be the Lord's Path, so on and so forth. Now I think the way that you should do this is going to be 1-1, 1-2. Now this is the only difference here, is that this one you'll do the second area because it's it's the Tower Knight. So it's 1-1, 1-2, and then 2-1, and then go to 3-1, 4-1, and 5-1. Now this might be wrong. I'll go look here and see which one I want to do next. Yeah, I would do 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. Now let me double check. It's that area. See, I might even skip 4-1 and do 5-1 first. It's really up to you, but I'm going to try to show you the optimal path to take on each of these different Archstones. So as I release videos, I will do the one that I recommend the most in the video of making. With that being said, I have 6,000 souls to spend, and after I level up, that'll be the end of the video. There we go, put all of my souls into health. Now, in this game, the levels are a little bit funky. It doesn't look like it's much of an improvement, even with my endurance, my vitality is 16, strength is 20. It doesn't look amazing, but over time it is better. It just takes a little bit longer. I've leveled up. We did the Smithing Grounds area this episode, and the next episode I believe we'll be going to 3-1. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.